Hey friends, hope you're having a really great Monday. I know our schedule got a little bit confusing, so I sent 3 videos last week, and so if you did all 3 of those videos already, you're ahead because you only had 2 real school days last week, just Wednesday and Thursday. So today will be Tuesday's work. So if you have already done the other days, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to be sending 3 videos for this week because Monday's work was actually what I sent for Thursday. That was where I read the story Maca the Alpaca, and you wrote what happened in the beginning, middle, and end. And we did some more practice with mental math, okay? So today, hopefully you have already looked at your new spelling list as well. So you're starting a new week of spelling, so you do have a spelling test this week. So list 28. This week I decided not to have you write sentences or do anything that was definitely that you needed to turn into me. More whatever best way that you study at home is fine with me, as long as you're studying those words and that you're ready to take your test for your mom or dad on Thursday or whatever day works best for y'all's family, okay? So today we are going to pick up, hopefully, also I sent a link for Spelling City, which is a website you can go to that also can help you practice your words if you need some ideas for like games and stuff like that to do, okay? All right, so today we're going to pick up with that same packet that we've been working in. Today you should find the one that says your or your. Your or your. Okay, make sure you have this page. Remember, anytime you need to pause me so you can know what's going on, feel free to do that. Make sure you have pencil ready, and we'll begin. Okay, so when we talk about these 2 words, they're called homophones, meaning that they sound alike, but they're spelled different and they have different meanings. Your and your. So the first one we're going to talk about is the one that is with the apostrophe. Okay, when we have this one, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, this is for either a contraction or a possessive word. So in this case, it definitely stands for a contraction, meaning that this word means you are. So every time you want to use this word your that has a contraction in it, it has to be able to make sense to say you are. So can I say this is you are bowl? No, I wouldn't. Would I say this is you are house? No. Even though I'm saying your, I wouldn't say you are, right? So unless I can say the words you are and it makes sense, we can't use that contraction your, because this is just a shortened way of saying you are. The other one, your, Y-O-U-R, is the one that is a possessive word, meaning that it shows ownership. So for this one, can I say this is your bowl? Sure, it makes sense. A bowl that belongs to you. Can I say your house? Yes, the house that belongs to you. So when we're talking about these 2 words, remember, if you're using the one with the apostrophe, it has to make sense to be able to say you are. If you're not using the apostrophe, remember it's showing ownership. Okay, so now we're in our paper. Make sure you have this in front of you. We're going to do the first couple together, just like we've been doing, and the rest you'll do on your own. All right, the first one says, where did you find your glasses? So our best test is going to be able to say to ourselves, can we say, where did you find you are glasses? No, that does not sound right. So we're saying the glasses that belong to you, which means we're going to use the one Y-O-U-R, your. Okay, go ahead and write that in the blank right now. Y-O-U-R for number 1. Okay, let's go on to number 2. It says, what time does your art class start? So one more time, ask yourself, can you say, what time does you are art class start? Would that make sense to say that? No. We're talking about the art class that belongs to you. So once again, we're going to use the word your, Y-O-U-R. Go ahead and write that in the blank right now. All right, for the next one, number 3, when your crossing the street, make sure to look both ways. Remember, let's ask ourselves, can we say, when you are crossing the street, make sure to look both ways? Does that make sense? Yes, so this time we're gonna need the one with the apostrophe. So let's write Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Remember that apostrophe looks like a comma in the air. Apostrophes go in the air. Go ahead and write that on your paper now. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. All right, last one we're gonna do together. What is your favorite animal? Again, we're gonna ask ourselves, can we say, what is your animal? No, it doesn't make sense. So we're talking about what is the favorite animal that belongs to you. Your, Y-O-U-R. So this time we're just gonna need Y-O-U-R. Go ahead and write that in the blank for me now. All right, so for today, we're practicing the difference between your and your. Homophones, words that sound the same, but they don't mean the same. Your, with an apostrophe R-E, is the one that shows you are in a shortened form. The other one shows you own something, ownership, possessive. So we're gonna choose which one, and the best way to do that is by asking yourself, can you say you are? If you can't, it's not the right one to use. All right, take a moment, pause this video, finish the rest of these questions, and I'll see you in just a second for math. All right, I hope you paused and finished up that language for me. And now let's work on math together. All right, if you'll flip over on the back, still have your pencil ready. You should have a paper that looks just like this. Multi-step word problems with money. Awesome. All right, let's start with the first one together. We're just gonna do the first one together, and the last two you're gonna do on your own today, okay? Number one says, Jill had 2 dimes and 2 nickels. Amy had 4 nickels. They each spent 5 cents for a gumball. How much change does each girl have left? First, we wanna know Jill, then we wanna know Amy. Well, we can't quite solve this problem yet because we don't know how much money the girls really have. All we know is how many coins they have. So we have to first figure out how much money does each girl have. So I need you to get your pencil ready, and where you see their names on your paper, you have Jill and you have Amy. We're gonna write their amount of money, not just how many coins they have, but the actual amount that they have. So Jill has 2 dimes and 2 nickels. Can anybody tell me what's the value of a dime? The dime is a small one. We had talked about the penny is actually a little bigger in it. It's only worth 1 cent, and it's the only copper coin. It's a silver coin, and it's small. I hear somebody saying it. That's right, 10 cents. Good. So she has 2 of those, so that means she has 20 cents, but we're not done. She has 2 nickels as well. So if we know a dime is worth 10 cents, a penny is worth 1, it's not a quarter, so that's 25, has to be 5 cents. So she doesn't only have 1 of those, she has 2 of those as well. So 5 plus 5 would be 10, and then we know she has 20 cents in dimes, so we really have 20 plus 10, which would be 30. Okay, so up here, kind of small above Jill, I want you to write 30 on your paper with a pencil. Do not fill up that whole area because we're going to need to subtract. Okay, a lot of you can do this in your head, and that's okay if you want to go ahead and do that, but I want to see those of us who need to write this on paper, go ahead and do that. All right, let's talk about Amy. Amy had 4 nickels. So we just said a nickel is worth how much? That's right, 5 cents. So we're going to count by 5s how many times? 4 times. Skip counting 4 times. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20. That's right. So Amy has 20 cents. So we're going to write 20 cents right there above Amy. Now it said they each spent. If I spend something, am I going to have more of it or less of it? That's right. We're going to have less. That means that we're taking away. So let's take away 5 from both of these girls. All right. I know a lot of you have already done this in your head, so you're already thinking about, oh, I know the answer, I know the answer. But if you don't remember, I want you to pull out that number line that you've drawn for yourself that you're using. You can keep these problems standing up nice and tall, and you can subtract the way you should. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the first one, but the second one we'll do mentally, okay? All right, so the first one we have 0 take away 5. Can we do it, friends? No. So we go to our neighbor next door. We make this 3 a 2. We always give in groups of 10. And 10 minus 5 is 5. And 2 minus nothing is 2. So Jill has how much? 25 cents. So over here we have Amy with 20 cents take away 5. So if I already see a pattern going on here, and I know I'm counting by 5s, it's like counting backwards by 5. So in this case, we know Amy would have 15 cents. Okay, if that didn't make sense to you mentally, you can always do the work and show me how to subtract that in another way. All right, so now on to question B. How much more money does Jill have than Amy? Well, Jill has 25 cents and Amy only has 15 cents. How much more? I know some of you already can do this mentally in your head, but if you can't, go ahead and subtract for me. So you're going to say 25 minus 15. Go ahead and do that for me. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Tilt you down just a little. There we go. 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. So you should write for part B, 10. Jill has 10 more cents than Amy. Okay, and then we're going to go back to find out how much each girl had. So how much money did each girl have before they bought a gumball? Well, we already did this. So we already know how much they have. So we already know that Jill has 30 cents. So we're going to go ahead and put that in that blank. And we already know Amy has 20 cents. So we'll write that in the blank. All right, good job, friends. I want you to do numbers 2 and 3 just like this. I want you to walk through each step of the problem, especially those friends of us who can't do this mental math. I want you to write it out. I want you to use your number line, whatever you need to do to make sure that you've got it done correctly, okay? So today you are doing these 2 pages with me. You're reading in your reader, and you're also practicing spelling for me today, okay? That's all that you have for me today. If you have any questions, you can always have your mom or someone let me know, but I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.